I will take any position as long as it doesn't involve having sex with old ladies for money or bear traps. Those are my two bugaboos.
Yeah, those are pretty big bugaboos. Although, let's be honest. If you're going to say those are your bugaboos, things you want to stay away from. Bear traps, yes, I get. Having sex with old ladies for money? I'm just saying. Just saying. You can tell that scene from Step Brothers is a little outdated because I think a lot of people nowadays would be like, wait a minute, is there going to be a camera involved? Because I could make a butt ton of money banging old people on camera, and they're down, I'm sure. I don't know why it went down that weird rabbit hole. I'm so sorry. I hope you guys are having a great day, and maybe those aren't your bugaboos. Maybe they are. Good times. Again, I'd love to welcome in the new viewers, new listeners today. They're like, okay, what did we get into? Well, a whole big pile of what the fuck, basically. Oh, my God. Jeff Goldblum had a response on it.
That is one big pile of shit.
Yes. That's pretty much the summary of this podcast. Hope you guys are having a great day. Like I said, there's a lot going on in today's show. Hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening or watching. Remember, today's show is presented to you by some great sponsors, including Kirkwall Group, as well as Bet Online. In fact, Bet Online continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, Bet Online is your ultimate game day companion with the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, college basketball, NHL, and UFC. Bet Online is your number one source for sports betting in the new year. From touchdowns to three-pointers and hat tricks, Bet Online has you covered on every game, every play, and every win. Go to betonline.ag right now. It's Bet Online. The game starts here. And speaking of starting here, let's do it. Let's jump into some headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
This isn't helping any police officer's case. Like, you guys got a kind of a bad rap. There's some that do a great job, and then you got dickheads like this that do something stupid. Okay, what am I talking about? A Florida cop got in trouble because he actually rear-ended somebody that was stopped for a school bus. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. But why did he rear-end the person? Why did he rear-end that car? Oh, it's because he was watching porn. My goodness. Not a good time. FYI, not a good time to watch porn is when you're driving, especially if you're a police officer and you're on duty. Okay? It's frowned upon. I know. Come on. People are always this woke society, am I right? Not a good idea to watch porn while you're driving for anybody. We got hands-free now. I'm just you could go down that avenue if you'd like. I mean, it gives you more options. You can have one hand on the wheel, one hand on your dong, and then you got your porn up somewhere else. Still a bad idea. I'm just saying, still a bad idea. Initially, the officer said he didn't do it, and he was adamant about it. They're like, listen, we're pretty sure you did something you weren't supposed to do. We're going to start looking through the body cam footage otherwise. And he was adamant, and he said,
I didn't do fucking shit.
Of course you didn't do anything. Then they went through the dash cam. They went through the body cam and all that stuff, all the cams that were available that were recording at the time. That's the other thing, too. How dumb are you? You know that as a police officer, they record everything. Kind of a bad idea. This guy deserves to get fired. He also racked up 3 policy violations in the whole incident. This is what they're saying. Lying about the incident. I didn't jack off. I wasn't watching porn. Using an electronic device for prohibited content. and evidence showing he wasn't wearing a seatbelt during the crash. Uh, I don't know why that's even funnier. I mean, at least wear your seatbelt if you're going to be cranking one out, right? I needed all my movement. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Sometimes people, just when you think that people are smarter than you listen to this show, and one, you hear me, and then two, you hear some of the stories that we talk about. Internal Affairs said while reviewing the evidence against the officer, they noticed that things weren't the way they were supposed to be, and when when he continued to deny it, they said, "Listen, come on, it's pretty obvious.
You have a massive erection."
You got a massive erection, sir. What? No, I just really like my job. Come on. If you can watch porn at your job, you have to work for a porn company. That's really the only time that should be acceptable. You're like, what do you got to? Did I tell you guys? I almost did that. There was a job where I would write the summaries, or what is that called? I can't think of it right now. Where you just the synopsis of what the episode was about, or the video was about, for, I think it was through Comcast or something like that. And I almost did it. It was a decent amount of money to get paid. But I'm like, what a weird job. I mean, really. And do you see that with the future? That was kind of the one of the main things of why I didn't pursue it, was like, what's the advancement rate on that? What's the next step? One is just overseeing all the other people that are watching porn and then writing a synopsis on it. I don't see you going any further than that. And could you imagine, like, it's the family barbecue. Scott, how's it going? I heard you got a new gig. What's the new job? Well, I watch porn and then write about it so other people can watch porn. That's great. Okay. Where's the pizza? Jesus. What a horrible an awkward moment. You ever had awkward moments at a family barbecue? I did that once. It wasn't my family barbecue. It was a friend's family's barbecue that we were invited to. And me and two friends show up. And we show up, but we had just, let's be honest, I was high as shit. And they were too. And the lady that was throwing the barbecue, the get together, the cookout, is known as a talker. She's a great person, amazing human being, but she'll chew your ear off. So I'm like the second person to, say, hey, how's it going? Give hugs and stuff like that. And then the last person, who's really, kind of socially awkward, got stuck talking to her. And like, me and the one friend, we just like blazed through. We're like, hey, how's it going? Let's go. And then we just go find some food and just try to eat off the high. Right. And then meanwhile, we're like, oh, we left her. So then we got in a position where we could see her. And then, like, we're eating, just watching, cracking up at her awkwardness. It was so funny. And then finally she got away from it, and she was just cracking up like nonstop. She's like, I couldn't get away. Basically, I'm not a good wingman is what I'm getting at. You and I could be drunk or high or whatever. And then if you get in an awkward situation, there's a good chance I'm not going to bail you out. There's not. I'm just going to leave you high and dry and then laugh about it in the corner. That reminds me of a time we got in the right headspace when I worked for the radio station where well-known host, and we were at a movie theater. I'll tell you that later. Let me know if you want me to share that story, because that one's pretty freaking funny. I'm not going to tell you right now. Just let me know. Say it. Just say it to Huff. Spill the beans. I'm not going to say the guy's name because, publicly he doesn't admit to that stuff. But, it was fun. It was fun. Anyway, what's not fun is if you have to go get an MRI. The MRI is just a giant freaking magnet. I believe that's what the M stands for in MRI. Well, the big thing is when you get an MRI, if you've ever had one done, they ask you a billion questions. You don't have any piercings. You don't have any surgical screws in you. You don't have anything in your body that's not supposed to be there, right? Pretty simple stuff. What's funny is I don't make it a habit of sticking things in my body other than food and drink, okay? That's it. That's all I got going on. But some people like to explore. We've talked about it several times on this program. People accidentally sticking stuff where it doesn't belong. I don't know how the shampoo bottle got stuck up my butt, doctor. I don't know how that World War II, what is it, like the little bomb things is stuck. What is that, a mortar shell or something like that? I don't know. Something wicked like that. So the reason I bring this up, this actually happened back in 2023, but it's just hitting the media cycle again. And I saw it and I'm like, we just have to bring it up. There's a good chance that we talked about this when it first happened. This lady went into an MRI machine and she didn't say anything to the hospital about having a butt plug up there. She thought it wasn't a big deal because the butt plug was made of silicone. Okay? I guess I see her point. But it wasn't 100% silicone. It had a metallic core. And guess what? It wasn't comfortable because the MRI machine wanted to rip that out of her body. And then she had a lot of injuries from that. Now she's in the process of suing the manufacturer. In a way, I get her point. I get it. It says it's 100% silicone, but then it has a metallic core. But you still shouldn't be going to an MRI machine with a butt plug fully inserted. Okay? When the doctor says, "Hey, do you have anything up your back end?" "No, I'm clean." They'll never know. Well, first of all, depending on where the MRI is scanning, there's a good chance they're going to know. You got some weird blockage up your back end. And you always should lean on the side of caution, especially something like that. Even if it was like just a small amount of metal, it's going to work. It's going to want to pull that out. My God. I hope the next time somebody's like, "Hey, I'm going to go get an MRI. Should I go there with a butt plug just as a prank?"
I got a better idea. No fucking way.
Yeah. Bad idea. Can't imagine that had to have been like, it'll be funny if we do it. It'll be funny if I stick a butt plug up my back end and get an MRI. That's a real funny thing. Doesn't it make you think that they did that on purpose to see if it could go viral in some weird way? Because that's the society we live in nowadays, right? Everybody's just like, it'll be hilarious. People are going to be talking about it. Next thing you know, we're going to be on social media, and then you're going to see a scan. Nobody's going to know it's me, but we'll know because people are going to go, "This MRI scan, and there's a butt plug up there that looks like Grimace from McDonald's." That's what's going to happen. People, there's no good reason to go get an MRI with something jammed up your back end. It's ridiculous. You know what else is ridiculous? This lady said she had 6 ribs removed to slim down. That's stupid enough. And then now she's making them into a freaking crown. A crown. My God. What the fuck is wrong with people? Are you serious? Could you imagine? Hey, doctor, can you save me those ribs? Yeah, sure. What are you going to do with them? Oh, I'm going to make them into a crown.
Did you eat a lot of paint chips when you were a kid? Why?
Because you're psycho. That's why. There's something wrong in your noggin. The fuck? She had 6 ribs removed just so she could look better. That can't be good for, again, guys, not a doctor. I'm not a freaking doctor. But that can't be a good idea. Right? Why'd you have surgery? Why had I get some ribs removed? Oh my God, what's wrong? Why did you have 6 ribs removed? Because I want to look pretty and thin. Really? Really? Don't you think that the doctor's like, she's like, I'm going to make a crown out of it, and he just looks at her.
No offense, but you are a stupid asshole.
But I'll do it. I'll do it. That's gross. We got more coming your way. But first, if you're running a business and you need help with the back of the house, you need someone with experience and is trustworthy, you need the Kirkwall Group. They got over 30 years of experience. Richard and the Kirkwall Group understands that you and your business deserve someone who's efficient, timely, accurate, cost-effective, focused on your success, and is working to save you money. Yes, 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 yes to all those things. Kirkwall Group can help you with your bookkeeping, accounting management services, like CFO, controller, accounting manager, projects and support, as well as tax planning and preparation, income, property tax, sales, and use tax. Go to kirkwallgroup.net. Kirk as in Captain freaking Kirk. That's right. Spock, where's all the green ladies so I can go bang? Sorry, guys. That's the only thing that popped in my head. Kirkwall Group's amazing group of people that just want to make sure that you are successful. So go to kirkwallgroup.net and see what they can do for your business. You can go in there and you can set up a free 30-minute consultation. What a great place to go to have somebody take care of you and your small business. It's Kirkwall Group. Again, kirkwallgroup.net. They count what counts for you. Before we get into sports, the big story going around right now, and it's going to affect a lot of people, and it's going to be interesting to see what the fallout is if nobody comes in to quote unquote save the day. TikTok said it could be it's going to shut down its social site here in the United States by January 19th. Unless the U.S. Supreme Court strikes down and otherwise delays the effective date of law aimed at forcing TikTok's sale by its Chinese parent company. So basically, they either bend to TikTok or they shut down. TikTok's just like, fine, we'll just shut down the U.S. division. Here's the thing. Kevin O'Leary of Shark Tank, he's the bald guy, Mr. Wonderful. I'm not making fun of the fact that he's bald. I'm bald. Don't come at me, Kevin. But anyway, he's all about small business. He's trying to put in an offer with some other big wigs, and they're trying to buy the platform, at least the United States version of it. And what's going to happen is they're not going to buy the algorithm. They're going to strip that away and build a new algorithm. And here's the problem. Here's the problem. If they buy it, what I'm afraid of is it's going to be more about selling more products. And if you've been on TikTok as of late, everybody's pitching something. And it's really annoying. It was already kind of an annoying platform. There is some interesting things on there. I'm all about watching construction stuff and things like that. But now everybody's pitching. There's always like, this is a promotional ad or whatever it is. Okay. And I'm worried that I'm not really that worried about it, but I'm leaning on he buys it. It's going to be more of the home shopping network that it's turning into already. And I mean, I get it. It would probably be easier for them so people don't have to buy another, you know, not buy, but download another app. Because part of me is just like, well, why don't you just create a similar app? But there's probably good IT reason, technical reasons of why that wouldn't be a good idea. But like I said, he's not wanting to buy the algorithm because the algorithm is what a part of the big problem is with TikTok. And there's spyware and all that shit. They don't want to deal with that. So they'd strip that all away. You have the bare bones, and then they rebuild it from the inside out. And that's what it is. It'll be interesting. There's a lot of people that they make a butt ton of money on TikTok. I never got to that point because a lot of the ways it's weird to me because I don't like what TikTok is. As much as we bag on Facebook and on all the other platforms, I feel like you're getting paid for your content on the other platforms. It's I don't know. You're selling yourself essentially, and you're trying to be a pitch man or a pitch woman on TikTok. I don't like it. I don't like it. Now that being said, some people are doing it great on there, but there's some people that use it for their business and they're promoting their business. Listen, if you're a TikTok influencer and you haven't made the switch to another platform, that's on you because it's going to be harder to make the move because that's happening in just a few days that it could potentially just go away. I'm guessing if it goes away and no deal is struck with TikTok, somebody's going to come up and just do kind of like what I said before is just build something brand new. And they're just going to have to promote it as, you guys remember TikTok? Stupid videos and, selling your soul. That's this new platform called Dipshit. Whatever it's called. But yeah, I know there's some companies out there, some influencers that have been trying to, ever since the rumblings of TikTok being, told that they're going to go away, that some of the influencers were smart and there's like, well, I need to be everywhere. That's the way to do it. And then if and when TikTok goes away, they can, if they really care about you, they're going to find you. So I just don't want the nonsense that is TikTok to bleed over into some of the other platforms because that's going to be fucking annoying. I'm not a huge fan of TikTok. Not a huge fan. I am a huge fan of sports, so let's do it. Let's jump into some sports.
Going deep, tight ends and long balls.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
Oh, gross!
It's sports with the Huff.
Well, we didn't want it to happen, but the Broncos took on the Bills, and guess what they ate?
Sometimes you eat a shit sandwich.
Yeah, they ate a shit sandwich. I wasn't. Listen, I was optimistic about the Broncos. We talked about it last episode. There was plenty of ways for the Broncos to go in there and beat the Bills. The problem is they did exactly what I said was going to lead to their failure. If the defense didn't have a great fucking game, and if the offense had somewhat of a balance between the pass and run game, then they would have had a shot. A shot. They didn't have a shot. They came out and struck first. They were up 7-0, and that's essentially where it stopped. The Broncos defense just got shredded with the run game, and that just took a lot of pressure off of Josh Allen. Congratulations to the Buffalo Bills. They were the better team. Okay? Now all the stupid Cincinnati Bengals fans are like, we would have at least given the Bills a run for their money. Whatever, man. Whatever. But the Bills are moving on. And what do they take on the Ravens? That's going to be a great game. Oh, my God. I'm going to take the Ravens in that one, looking ahead. And then the Chiefs take on the Texans. I think the Texans might surprise us. God, they're going to be America's team if they knock off the Chiefs somehow. I don't see it happening. It would have been ideal if somehow the Chiefs had to take on either the Ravens or the Bills. That would have been fantastic. But no, this is the way it goes, and it makes sense of why it's that way. But at the end of the day, going back to the Broncos, they had a successful season. I think one thing that you can take away from this season is that the Denver Broncos have their quarterback. Anybody that says differently, I think, is just trying to be a negative Nancy, or they just don't know any better. The Broncos have their guy in Bo Nix, and that should make you happy going into this offseason, because there's going to be a lot of changes. You got, and the changes aren't going to be in the quarterback room for once. That's huge. That's one huge position that you don't have to worry about, and they can start focusing on other positions of need. By the way, the Broncos draft pick is sitting as of right now, according to NFL.com. As of right now, the Broncos are sitting at the 20th pick, and it makes you wonder, what are they going to use that pick for? You know, a lot of people are going to say tight end. Some might say receiver. Me personally, I'm saying running back. If somehow you can get your hands on a good fucking running back, whoo. And if you're at 20th, there's no reason why you can't try to trade up and maybe get somebody like Genty. Oh my God, that would be fantastic. And when you look at the free agents coming up, you got, on the defensive side, you got DJ Jones, you got Justin Sternad. Sternad. I always, that one's like, I can't look at how it's spelled because it just screws me up. And then on the offensive side, you got Javonte Williams, running back, who just didn't do that great. So you can let him go and then pick up a good running back in the draft. That's great. You got some extensions coming up. Hopefully, Cortland Sutton. On the defensive side, you got Nick Bonito. Oh, you got to hold on to that motherfucker. Do not let him go. Same with Zach Allen. John Franklin Myers. John Franklin Myers, somebody needs to write a song about him. John Franklin Myers. That's a great fucking name. Sorry. John Franklin Myers is on the defensive end. That's a horrible song. I am not good at writing music. Not. But there's a lot of things that will be tightened up. You're going to try to see, there's always a ton of moving parts. The offseason is just as exciting and fascinating as the regular season, because you're moving your parts around. Who can you let go? Who's gonna be the shock that some of Broncos country is going to be upset that they let him go? Oh my God, I can't believe you let him go. And then who are they going to bring in that is either going to be a big shock that they brought in, or or you're going to be like, this guy's going to be a surprise, big surprise, as in we didn't think he was going to amount to anything. You know, that you always had that one guy in the draft or that you sign that is like, wow, I didn't know he was going to be that good. That's awesome. He came out of the darkness. Good for him. So it's exciting. I'm excited for the Broncos because now there's so much opportunity since they got a solid quarterback in Bo Nix, who seems like the sky is the fucking limit with him. They don't have to focus on that. They can focus on all these other parts. And that's great. That's something that the Denver Broncos haven't been able to do since Peyton Manning. So listen, I understand that it didn't end the way we wanted it to. But you know what? This organization is trending in the right direction. And that's fantastic. That's something we haven't been able to say as Bronco fans. I was on Twitter this morning, and Josina Anderson wrote on Twitter. I don't even know who she works for anymore, but she used to, at least used to work for CBS, ESPN, and stuff like that. I had a few run-ins with her at Broncos camp, back in the day. But this is what she wrote. She said, I'm told that Broncos defensive coordinator Vance Joseph is currently planning to interview with the Jets on Wednesday. That's according to sources. And the current estimation is that Joseph's interview with the Raiders will be Thursday or Friday, according to her sources. The Las Vegas team schedule is still getting finalized after the slip came in last night. So, I know the Broncos had a shit game against the Bills. And there's already people calling for Vance Joseph to leave. Good. Get rid of him. No. Don't go, Vance. I don't want Vance Joseph to go. It's not his fault the guys couldn't tackle. Right? You played a better team. And it is what it is, man. I would love to see Vance Joseph stay and continue to be the defensive coordinator for the Denver Broncos. Keep that continuity. Keep that. That way you don't have a new guy coming in and trying to, put in his defense. You got the same guy going, okay, we are really good here. Okay, now we know why that worked. These were our soft spots. Let's work on those. Let's get those better. That's what you want. Quit being so fucking impatient with coaching and players. Let them ride it out. How many people? Those are probably the same people that were saying bench Bo Nix in week 3. How stupid would that have been? So keep Vance Joseph. Man, imagine that in your work environment. He stuttered. He stuttered during his speech. Get him out of there. Get somebody else in there. Fire him. It's essentially the equivalent. Come on. You guys are so fucking impatient. I don't want to lose Vance Joseph. He's really fucking good. My goodness, people. You guys are probably just horrible to be around. That's all I'm saying. You're like, oh, this food tastes like shit. I'm getting a divorce. What? What? That's horrible. Speaking of horrible, but I like the outcome. Remember during the World Series, Game 4, Mookie Betts got interfered with by those 2 dipshit Yankee fans? My God. I watched that video, and the one guy is just like, give me the ball. Yay! There's a ball. That's what he looks like to me. Like, that's his voice. I actually know a guy that he looks exactly like, And that's something that he would be doing. Be like, I want the ball. Then I'm going to eat a hot dog. Yeah. And a beer. Those guys have been banned from attending MLB games and visiting all MLB facilities indefinitely. It's not a lifetime ban. And that kind of bugs me. It's also going to be hard for them to, make sure that they don't get in. All they got to do is grow some facial hair, and then good luck. Have you seen some of the security going into it? Like I'm here in Colorado, going into Coors Field. Some of the security. Some of them you do a great job. Not enough pat downs as far as I'm concerned. Wink, wink. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Jesus. Somebody's like, that's inappropriate. Holy crap. Oh my God. That hurts my feelings. I'm so offended by that. But there are some people that do the worst fucking job in the world for security. Do you think that they're going to stop these guys coming in because they grew, some mustaches or they're wearing a hat? I don't know. It's nice in theory. These guys are probably going to make it into a game somewhere. And they're going to have fun with it. If I'm them, I'm going to do my best to get into a game. And then I'm going to take a bunch of pictures and videos, and then I'm going to leave the game and then post them everywhere. Be like, you can't stop greatness. Something like that. It's annoying that they did what they did. They should be banned indefinitely or, for life. Ban them for life. But they're not going to. And next thing you know, in like a couple of years, they'll let them back in. Be like, we felt it was in the best interest of our fan base to let these fellas in because they're just so fucking passionate. No, they're being douchebags trying to. The more you watch the video, you're like, geez, you guys are morons. Give me the ball. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, God. The video irritates the shit out of me. What's going to make me feel better is jumping into the mailbox.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
Mailbag, not box. God, I'm so dumb. So dumb. Before we get into the reaction from the listeners, this is the story. Real Botics is an American firm with a range of AI robots that it claims can fulfill a variety of roles, including acting as a brand representative at a sales booth, as a companion for an elderly person, or even as a romantic partner. And you're like, whoa, ho, ho, sign me up. Daddy likey, daddy likey. The range for cost on these goes from a $12,000 bust, which is basically a talking head and shoulders that you might place on a table. And then I know what you're thinking. Can you fuck it? I don't know. I don't know. Their top end is a $175,000 model that can move its limbs and moves around in a circular kind of path like a mannequin riding a Roomba vacuum cleaner. Come here, you little slut. I'm gonna, robot slut. And that's so bizarre. There's even a mid-range model that costs only $150,000 that can be disassembled and packaged into a suitcase to take with you. That's not going to be awkward at the TSA. Could you please remove the contents? Okay, hold on. Here's her vagina. Here's her wide open mouth. And, all these other things. But here's what's funny. They say it's not a sex bot. If I'm paying $175,000, come on. But this is what they say. It's not a sex bot, but it can have intimate conversations. I don't want to spend 107. If I had that kind of money, I don't want to spend $175,000 on a robot that's going to talk dirty to me, but I can't do anything with other than dry hump it. Okay? That's not fun. If it doesn't have working holes, why would anybody buy it? That's ridiculous. 107. We've gone through it. You can buy a sex robot or a sex bot that isn't AI, that's not gonna have a full-on intelligent conversation with you, but it's gonna be like, "Ooh, you're so big," or "Oh, you're so handsome," or "beautiful," whatever you want it to say to you. And those at the most, I want to say, are like $5,000 to $7,000. That's the better way to go. But if you're somebody that is just lonely and wants somebody to talk to, that's what you can do. Or how about this? Get some stupid AI software from your grandkids, put it on your computer or some sort of device, and have a conversation with it. Don't be spending this kind of money. That's ridiculous. I guarantee you, because this is an American company, guarantee you next year, I thought they were supposed to release it soon anyway, within the next couple months, is like China is going to have the same thing, but it's going to be a fraction of the cost. And I guarantee you, you can fuck it. Whether it's vagina, butt, mouth, or maybe if you're into it, you can have a detachable penis that you can put on there. I'm just saying, depending on what your preferred size, that's what you could do. That's why they're better. And it's not going to cost an arm and a leg. It's ridiculous. I posted this story on Twitter. Sean wrote in, "We are so close to getting fembots." Remember fembots from Austin Powers? Those attractive ladies that come out and then where their nipples are, like guns come out. Pew, pew. Carl wrote, "Just a smidge out of my budget. I guess $20 toothless Tammy is going to have to do." Toothless Tammy. Hey, guys. Who wants to bang? John wrote in, "Do they accept credit cards? Specifically Discover card. Asking for a friend." This is very important, guys. John needs to know. Somebody find that out. I'm sure they do, John. That would be, could you imagine? No. Only cash. Who carries around that much cash for a sex doll? Or not even a sex doll? J.R. Slick wrote, "Just don't do her in the hot tub." Yeah, that's one of those times where, like, how did so-and-so die? He was fucking a sex robot in the hot tub. Oh, well, that's awkward. Everybody knows you don't do them in the hot tub. Am I right? I know it sounds immature. I know it sounds really inappropriate to some people. But let's be honest. If you're going to be shelling out that kind of cash for something that can talk to you, that you're saying that can be your girlfriend, who wants a girlfriend? Who wants a boyfriend that doesn't put out? Are you waiting for marriage? Is that what it is? No. If you're putting that much money into a companion, eventually you're going to want to, you're going to want to bang it. That just makes sense. It doesn't make sense to have a robot that can talk to you and talk dirty to you, but you can't bang. Thanks, Connery. If anybody is the intelligent voice to this situation, it's you. Oh, thank you very much. Hey, speaking of banging, Connery, what? I was just going to say, I banged your mother last night. Okay, Connery, go to hell. Thanks for your insight. It doesn't make sense, guys. It does not make sense. If you're somebody that's lonely, you need one mental interaction. Maybe you have a hard time going out in talking to people, eventually you're going to go down that path. But that, I would say a high percentage of you will go down that path. And then it has the capability to talk dirty to you. But I mean, I will say this. They said that the arms can move. Maybe it can give you a hand job. I'm just saying, put that out there. Just be careful, though. Put it on low speed. Low speed, because you don't want that robot just going nutty and then ripping off your dong. Okay? Talk about detachable penis. It's fine if it's the robot's dong that comes off, not yours. Not yours. That's fascinating. Let me know your thoughts. Would you ever? Comment below. Smash that like button, guys. Would you ever bang a robot? We're getting closer to this becoming a reality where everybody can buy one. The price on this one is ridiculous. 10 years from now, it's probably going to be $20,000 for an artificially intelligent one, if not a lot cheaper. Like I said, they already have the sex robots where they have basic conversation with you. They say things, but they feel lifelike. We've talked about those. I want to say on the high end, like $5,000, something like that. Maybe $7,000. I don't feel like Googling it right now. You go ahead and Google it, especially if you're at work. Enjoy your time at your company while it lasts. But what I'm saying is they're already really freaking close with the physical part of it. And now you can just implement the AI to it. And I don't need it to be walking around the house. But, if it wants to talk dirty to me and have a dirty conversation, or just a conversation in general, you're just sitting there, debating, who the best scientists are, what are their thoughts on aliens and stuff like that. I just don't want to be like talking to it and all of a sudden, who's your favorite scientist? And they're like, well, it's Neil deGrasse Tyson. Be like, why do you think Neil deGrasse Tyson is the best scientist? And then she says,
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch.
You're like, oh my God, I just fucked Neil deGrasse Tyson. Holy shit. I am so confused right now. Hi, Neil. Listen, it made sense in my head, and then it happened, and then here we are. Awkwardness. Total awkwardness. Anyway, you tell me that you can see the evolution happening. The timeline might be a lot quicker. I told you that there's companies in China that are already planning on having this same thing, but they're going with the full physical aspect of it, where, yeah, it can clean your house, then you can bang it and have conversations with it. If they can get a better price point, who would want this fucking shit? It's ridiculous. Sorry. Don't act like that we're not a society that enjoys sex. I know that there's so many people out there that are like, oh, gross sex. A lot of people like it. I would dare to say most people do. Or they desire it to be better, right? So, I don't know. I'm just saying, if it was reasonably priced, why not? Why not? Especially if you're single. And you're like tired of, going out and about and be like, God, man, it'd be nice if I just had something that's stored away in the closet. And then I could go eat, a sandwich or a burger, pull it out, be like, hey, you want to bang? And then boom. And then you just throw the vagina in the washing machine or the dishwasher. I don't know. I assume it's dishwasher safe. So bizarre. What a weird time we're going to be living in like 20 years. If that's where we're at in 2025 to start, where are we going to be with technology, just this type of technology, in 10 years? Assuming we don't blow ourselves up, where are we going to be at? It's going to be insane. That's for for dang sure. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. Really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Big thanks to Kirkwall Group as well as Bet Online. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Hopefully you smiled a little bit in this episode. That's what we're about. You know it. Hopefully you smiled. I know if you're a Broncos fan or if you're any fans out there that your team lost, hopefully this put a smile on your face, and at least you can say you made it to the playoffs. Okay, that's what losers say, but that's what I'm going to say today. Okay. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic day. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next.